Okay. Hello.
Hello, hello. How you going?
Excellent. And tonight we're talking about how to think and grow rich.
Beautiful. Hey, funny enough, I've got the book.
Excellent. Well, if you look behind me, I've got a book too, but it's not that book. But
Well, I've
you
got
can't see
the
it.
other one. The second best one is this one, Georgie. Can you see me, or should
I
I get rid
can't.
of my
No,
back?
no, you've disappeared because you've got the green screen. Um,
Okay.
you have to have the green screen because it's really
No,
distracting.
I didn't put that up there. It just came up
Oh,
automatic.
yep. I'll let you work on that. I'll say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's very exciting. Look, it all starts with mindset. So this is really important. So if you've been struggling to invest, or you're not sure how to get started, or if you're investing and you're stuck, this is the session for you. So, you know, make sure you're listening because it's going to be very important. We're going to be talking about Think and Grow Rich and how your thoughts determine what you get.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
And that, look, obviously, we're going to go into goal setting and things like that today because one thing is when you've got the right mindset, that's when you want to set your goals
Correct.
because you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. That's the fact of it. And the thing is, when it comes to property investing, creating financial freedom, it's all about consistency, right? That one deal is not going to make you rich and help you retire. You know what I mean? So I was watching The Office, the American Office, and there's one guy there, a new salesperson, and he wants to sell Boeing 747s. And he's like,
Yep.
I sell one Boeing 747 and then I'm out. That's it, right? Because he's thinking one deal and he's out. The thing is, with creating financial freedom, it doesn't work that way. The way it works is you've got to create consistency to get your goal, unless
Yes.
one property is going to get you there. But really, what it is multiple properties because the safe way of investing is actually doing it consistently and dividing it up so you can not have all your eggs in one basket. And if you're consistent, the people that are consistent, they're the ones that actually make money out of property. And the people that just talk about investing and don't do anything, they're the ones that don't. Because, think and grow rich, thinking is really important because that's how you're going to get your mindset right, get your goals right. However, until you have to actually do something, it doesn't matter. They say knowledge is power, don't they?
Yes. Absolutely. 100%.
Yes, but I want to add to that. It's not exactly true. Otherwise, there'd be all these university professors that would be the richest people in the world, right?
Oh, yes. Of course. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of broke university. And look at Rich Dad Poor Dad. My mentor Robert Kiyosaki. His rich dad didn't go to university, but his poor dad did, and didn't have a lot of money, but he was very book smart.
Yes.
That's why positive property, we're the home of street smart investors. We might not all be book smart, but we're certainly street smart. And what would you rather be? Type in the chat. Would you rather be street smart and know what to do and actually get something out of it, or do you want to be book smart? What's the difference between street smart and book smart? Well, book smart is if you will go to a nice college and you get your masters of business administration, you get this little certificate, you put it up on your wall. That's the results you get from book smart, and from that you can actually get quite a good job managing, becoming a general manager of a business if you work hard enough.
Yep.
Now, street smart is different. Street smart is getting an MBA like I've got. So I don't have a master's of business administration. What I've got is a massive bank account, and that's what you get when you're street smart. And you can't put your massive bank account up on your wall, but you can get yourself a nice Bromley and some nice paintings or whatever you want with that.
Yeah. That's it.
But
Absolutely.
um, someone said street smart, street smart. Absolutely, street smart's the way to go. And that's why I decided to call our tribe street smart investors because that's what you want to be. Street smart is the way to be because street smart's knowing it's about timing, knowing the timing, right?
Yeah.
do all this research on what property to buy and how to buy it. And there's a lot of people on the internet warriors that talk about these amazing strategies. They're all these complicated strategy, but they've never actually done it themselves. They just talk about it, right?
That's right. Absolutely. 100%.
And the mental game. Like there was a guy who went to the casino, and what he decided to do, he decided he didn't want to waste his money. So he played the mental game, right? You've heard this one.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard this story. Go for it. It's a good one.
All night he was there, and what he was doing was playing the mental game. And every time he would bet on a number mentally, because he didn't want to lose his money, but he ended up losing his mind. Yep. SS with some BS. I love it. Don't know what it means, but yes.
That's it. 100% for sure.
Yes. So, mindset. You're not always going to have a positive mindset, right? So having goals, having written goals is going to help you get through the times when it's tough.
Absolutely. And it's having that, that discipline of actually sitting down and writing them down. I always say, if it's not written, it's not real.
That's right. And that's why in our 2-day workshop, every year, we get our members to write down their goals. Yes. But the thing is, they say knowledge is power, but knowledge is power only if you apply it, if you know what to do with it. Because we don't have a lack of knowledge anymore, do we?
No.
For thousands of years, we had a lack of knowledge, and it was really hard to get knowledge. But now, we don't have a lack of knowledge. And the fact of it is, what we miss now is wisdom. What to do with the knowledge. What knowledge is good. Like, how do you know what to do? You know what I mean? How do you know you're buying the right property? How do you know you're going to get a property that's going to give you cash flow? How are you going to keep yourself safe? Those questions. And we answer those questions in our group.
It really comes down to really understanding the outcomes of these, not getting caught up in marketing and glossy brochures and all that kind of stuff,
Exactly. Because, most people think what they want to buy is they want to purchase a property. But that's on the surface, isn't it, Belinda?
Yeah. That's tip of the iceberg, George. Tip of the iceberg.
But if you look at an iceberg, only 10% of it is above the water, and
correct.
The rest is deep. But if you go deeper, what are the 3 questions we want to answer?
3 questions. Well, look, there's a lot of outcomes, but the top 3, I would definitely say growth is an outcome you want to know.
Growth.
That's number 1, growth. How do you know you've got the right property?
It's going to double every 7 or 10 years.
Correct.
And number 2, cash flow.
Number 2, cash flow. How do you create a portfolio that's going to print your money? That's what you want to know.
Yes. Now, imagine that if you had a portfolio that printed money for you every week. And a lot of people might think that's hard to get to, but I've done it and I've helped people do it. And the third question is?
Security. How do you keep yourself safe from everything?
That's right. And really, at the end of the day, if we're street smart investors, I really believe as street smart investors, we deserve money for life.
That's it. Money for life. Absolutely. Because look, by going those extra steps though, and going those extra steps and being calculated and really deep diving into the outcomes before you buy the property, that's why you deserve it. You're going that extra level.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, we're talking about goals and outcomes. That's very important. And we've got mindset. But the thing is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You actually fall to the level of your systems and your support. So what you really need, if you want to be successful, if you need the right systems, the right strategy, and you need this right team to help you get through and do it. Right?
Absolutely. 100%.
If you're doing it on your own, it's very difficult and very hard, but it's easy if you've got a team of experts around you.
Absolutely. And you've got people to bounce off and ask questions and get really clear. And people that have done it. I mean, mentors are great. I mean, who was your mentor, George?
Okay, my mentor, one of my main mentors is Robert Kiyosaki.
Correct.
Now, they say proximity is power. So
Absolutely.
What you want to do You want to be, and these days it's so much easier. See, back in the day when I met Robert Kiyosaki, I had to fly to go see him in person.
Yes.
Right. And that's proximity, right? And there's nothing like being in person with someone. It's really powerful.
Yeah,
the thing is,
absolutely.
These days you can actually jump on a live and be proximate, right?
Yeah.
So I can jump on a Zoom with Robert Kiyosaki. He's in Arizona, right? So if I get up early in the morning, we can do it early and have a chat, and we can have a little chat. And it's proximity. Proximity. So find the 5 most successful people that you know or know of, right? So it can be someone you know personally, or it can be someone that's online that you can interact with.
Yes.
Because you need the proximity, you need the interaction. And then get some super glue and stick to them.
Absolutely.
So what you want to do is, if you want to be super successful at something, find someone that's really good at it and follow them.
Absolutely.
That's going to get you there.
100%.
That's the mindset. The mindset is do whatever it takes. You know, at the end of the day, I've taken a lot of rich people out for lunches and dinners, right? And you think they're richer, so why should I pay? But I'm happy to pay for people that are more successful than me, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And now the shoe's on the other foot. Now people take me out for lunches and dinners because I'm the successful.
How the worm turns, George. The worm turns.
Absolutely. But
I love it.
You know, the thing is, if you get caught up in watching TV and listening to CNN, whatever it is, what's going to happen is they're going to actually destroy your mind with the wrong attitude.
I call it humdingers. You're getting caught up in, just getting distracted by stuff that's not really helping you get ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you, Nick. You're an inspiration, George, following you to the ends of the earth.
Yay, go Nick. We like Fantastic. Nick. Well done,
Absolutely.
Nick.
So the thing is, you want to hang around people. They're going to affect your mindset in a positive way. You want to get a like-minded community, a mastermind. Find positive people that are near you. Go for a positive coffee or positive lunch or whatever with positive people, because you want to stay away from negative people. You want to stay away from too much news. Don't wake up and put the news on. You really want to be in a group of positive people that are going to feed your mind positive stuff, because there's a lot of possibilities out there.
Yeah, 100%.
If you believe you can achieve.
That's right.
If you don't believe, you're definitely not going to achieve. Now, I'm not talking about, manifestation and miracle stuff, but you can manifest things that are real.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure, exactly. 100%.
That's the way it is.
Someone just made a comment. Hey, George, if your shoulder is starting to feel a bit sticky, it's me sticking to you. Love it. Fantastic.
Love it. Beautiful. And that's beautiful. I love it. And look, I love positive people, like-minded people hanging out with me. I really enjoy having a big group of positive people in my life. I love our members. And part of the reason I started Positive Property was because I retired out of property in my 30s. I was making 180 grand a year. At that time, that was good. And the fact of it is, my friends were all working and I got bored. So I thought, you know what? I need to get my friends rich. I need a group of people so that way we can do cool stuff. And now our group does cool stuff. Every year we catch up for 2 or 3 days. Next year we're doing a 3-day event. What we're doing is doing 2 days of property education, motivation, and all the amazing stuff. We're spending half a day by Circle of Safety, but then on the last day, we're taking people out on an adventure. And I know next year we're probably doing Cambodia 2025, which is exciting.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely.
So any final comments you want to make about mindset?
Look, I suppose it comes down to, when my famous motivational speaker, which was a gentleman called Jim Rohn, who was one of the major, he's the one that taught Anthony Robbins before he passed away,
Yes, yes.
and, he always had that theory that he could stand up in a room and he'd say, well, here's a book that I read. It made me millions. It taught me everything. The funny thing is, in a room of 100 people, maybe 50 will buy the book and only 5% would end up actually reading it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, experts are predicting that when rates drop, properties could go up 20 to 40% in some areas.
Wow, that's huge.
Right? And what I want to do is do an update on the RBA and what's happening in the RBA. If you want to hear it,
please give us a little bit of an update. Let's get the real deal.
Okay, so the Reserve Bank of New Zealand have dropped 50 basis points, same as USA.
Yep.
Because they've stopped the inflation.
Yep.
So the fact of it is now, most of the countries now have dropped their rates. So this is what I think is going to happen. And I predicted this when interest rates were going high. I predicted this. What's going to happen is the RBA are ready to start chopping. I don't know if you've seen that game, Fruit Ninja, when they're like...
I did Fruit Ninja at your place. Fantastic. I love Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, so when you're chopping all the fruit, well, look, I think the RBA...
Virtual reality.
They're going to be... When they start chopping, they're going to go in hard. I'll tell you why. One, the inflation has gone down a little bit now. It's not as high as it was. But also, a lot of other people, a lot of other countries have dropped their rates. Labor are putting enormous pressure on the RBA because they've got an election next year and they need rates to drop. Otherwise, they're going to lose the election. They may lose the election, so that's what they're trying to do. I predict, you know how we're talking about rate drops next year?
Correct. We were.
I reckon it looks like they're going to do it this December.
Oof. Right before Christmas, get that consumer spending up, consumer index up.
Think about this. One,
that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So what they do is, beginning of December, when they get together, they drop the rates. Everyone goes, yay, let's go buy some Christmas presents, and goes nuts, right? And then suddenly the economy is rolling along and keep going. So, and I think they're going to go hard and fast.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is going to happen. So it should be interesting because we're a consumer-based economy here, right?
Yep.
So that's why as well. Keep the rate down, exactly. And look,
keep the rates down.
So what I'm saying to people is, get ready for it. I've warned you, get ready for it because it's going to happen. And like I keep saying, get your ducks in a row beforehand.
Ducks in a row. Get those little crackers happening. Absolutely.
If you're watching me live and you want to get your ducks in a row, type in #duck and I'll get my team to reach out to you.
I love
it. And book you in so you can have a chat to our team if you want us to help you. Right?
Correct.
Because
absolutely.
If you want us to help you, one, get the right property, get your growth, get the cash flow and security. If you want to create money for life, then if you're looking for money life, we're the right people. If you're looking at just getting a property, but you're not looking for money life, we're probably not the right company for you.
Correct. And if you're not willing to really put that extra effort in and really deep diving to really understand outcomes before you buy property as well, that's the backbone of being a street smart investor.
Well, that's the issue. Most people buy for the wrong reasons. They buy
Correct.
because of the main reason people buy property is FOMO.
Yep, fear of missing out.
Yep, and usually with FOMO, they're getting it wrong.
Yep.
That's the thing. So December is very possible, and when it happens, it's going to go up. So a lot of the banks are predicting a 7 to 10% increase in property prices next year without the rate drop. There's some people saying 20 to 40%. I'm more conservative, but is there going to be a price surge? There's going to be a price surge. So get your ducks in a row. That's all I can say because it's very important. Now, what time's our shirt? When do we go to our private group?
Oh, we've run out of time here. We've got to go into our private group.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. I'll look next week. I'm doing a special one next week. So next week, I'm actually going to be teaching people how to reduce your mortgage and pay off your mortgage in half the
time. Yeah, right? Perfect.
So funny enough, this is a really cool thing. I did a thing with ChatGPT to test my theory. ChatGPT did the numbers in the background.
How did it go?
Worked perfectly.
Wow,
so I'm going to get ChatGPT to come with me and be one of my co-hosts next week and show you how you can reduce your mortgage using numbers. This is all Excel. This is all numbers.
Fantastic. That's exciting.
Very
extra
exciting.
tools for sure.
That's
100%.
Right. So make sure you type in #ducks or duck, and I'll see you next year. I'm not next year, next week.
Next week, 100%.
Next year. I'll see you next year. I'm having a break. Bye-bye.
Awesome.